All right.
We're here. Welcome back to episode 2 of, again, the podcast without a name. This week, we're also brought to you by Som Sleep. Again, our good friends. It's the opposite of an energy drink. You drink it when you want to go to bed. We have a link in the description or in the comments, so go click the link to support us. Som Sleep and the podcast. This podcast is going to be interesting because we currently have no internet in the office, so we're kind of just flying dark here.
Well, we have a construction going on across the road. We're building a new building, or the university. I am personally.
Oh, it's your
I'm going over there. I help during the evenings. And apparently they cut our fiber optic line by accident.
That seems like a very important line to be cutting.
Well, it's not just our internet that's gone. It's like the universities has gone as well. So, as you can imagine, every player has messaged me individually, even though they told each other and they were in a group chat saying, oh, the internet's down. Every one of them has gone, Biz, the internet's down. I was like...
So fix it. What's going on?
Yeah, I called them. Yes, I'm sure it'll be... nothing would make me happy than it to be off for a few days so they got out and enjoyed. There's some nice weather right now in PA. It's like 80 degrees out there.
I can't think of a better time for the internet to actually be down because today and tomorrow are the only 2 days of the week where we don't have matches going on.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Monday, Tuesday, we had VALORANT. That was tough.
I don't want to think about VALORANT. I'm just so honestly, it's like every week, it's like, who are we playing this week? Oh, it's Renegades again. Yeah. It's us. It's literally us versus Renegades. I seen a post on Reddit last night and I couldn't really find it. It was like, the year is 2037.
I saw a tweet about that.
Was it a tweet? Maybe that's why I missed it.
5,000th meeting between Renegades and Soniqs.
Man, those guys, it's just like, it's never ending. I hate that. I have an inbred hatred for Sky because of that team.
Sky, the agent?
Yeah. Not the Sky.
Yeah. But anyway, well, hopefully the internet's fixed before Friday because PGI or ESL PUBG Masters Finals.
Yeah, we had a good week. We started off pretty poor, but...
Yeah, we had a 4-star.
Wait, we started off really well. We won we got 61 points. That was qualifiers. No,
that was qualifiers.
But yeah, I mean, PUBG's, they're not playing with Mime. I think Mime's ban ends Monday.
Yeah, Monday.
But I don't think he's allowed to play. I think it's already over, actually. Maybe. I don't know.
I have to check. I mean, he'll be back for
PGC.
PGC. PGIS, PGC.
It's a lot of P.
There's a lot of PG things.
Talking of PGIS, there's a certain golden statue.
Oh, yeah. You might have noticed we have a new addition to the desk this week.
That's my baby. My missus sleeps in the spare room now.
You take that home with you every night?
I do, yeah. It sleeps with me, the dog, and the trophy.
It's a nice trophy.
It's an excellent trophy. Yeah. Thank you to Everett for helping me out get that. They shipped it to us in a beautiful... I thought they'd shipped us the money. this thing
massive case this thing comes in.
I was like, oh, there's something from PUBG in the mail room. I was like, is this big crate? I was like, maybe there's $1.3 million in there. That would have been nice.
Yeah. I mean, they did a good job shipping it. I mean, I thought to ship something like that, just like, oh, it's going to turn out. I've seen so many tweets of esports trophies being delivered broken by FedEx or UPS, just in cardboard boxes, but this was in a legitimate
this is my
hardcover case.
This is my new baby. I've got to give it a name, just like you've got to give this podcast a name.
Well, I had a list of potential podcast names we could go over that was suggested to us by the community. Thank you for leaving your suggestions in the comments and on Discord, wherever. But we have no Wi-Fi.
Can you not just remember them?
And my phone has no. I was gonna have my laptop here, but
that has no Wi-Fi either.
That has no Wi-Fi. My phone, the data in here is just not good. So I have pages preloaded on my phone for some things I want to go through, but
can you not just remember them?
No, I can't, but there's some things I specifically want to read off of to you. I have a fun little game we can play later on in the podcast. I think you'll enjoy it.
Or maybe if you go outside and preload it, you can...
Yeah, well, I'll have to. We should have done this podcast outside. It's a beautiful day. We could have done this in front of the river.
Could we have done this outside, Madison?
No way.
Do you want to lug all this equipment down to the river? We'll just sit there. A bit windy.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we're kind of going to be all over the place today with topics, but one thing I want to talk about, thinking about Rainbow Six specifically, is the the Canadian announcement. He's back for the Invitational.
Oh yeah, I mean, I thought you were going to talk about us finishing second. I thought that was
that's old hat.
I was at old news. I think that's an exceptional achievement. I was, and I was so upset.
All right, we'll start with our team, and then we'll go and talk about.
Yeah, okay. I think that's good. No, I was really happy. I know I spoke to the guys the day afterwards, and they were super pumped too. I know there was a little bit of disappointment there, where it's in your grasp. All you had to do is beat one team, and it's yours. But if you had have offered us second at the start of the split, we'd have bit your hand off. That's 390 SI points as well. 390. Could have had 510 if we won, but 390. I think 2 more decent splits, and you qualify for SI, which is what every team wants. So the team's super stoked, super happy for them, and I know they're going into this off season to work even harder.
Yeah.
People stopped taking us to Oregon. People figured it out.
We gotta learn another map. We only know one map.
You say Joe's board is in the house, and it's just like Oregon strats, and they're like, oh shit.
We can't let them know. We just know Oregon.
We just let them know. True. I'm joking. We know other maps. But yeah, no, I'm super happy with that. I don't know what your thoughts are. Obviously,
no. I mean, I had no idea what to expect, because I honestly thought the team was going to do better than what people were saying on social media at the beginning of the stage.
7th.
Right. I thought we were going to do probably like 5th or 4th, actually. 5th
the Sonic spots.
Yeah, the Sonic sweet spot, 5th, right? And 5th.
Sonics are the 5.
But no, like I thought E United, when they were still in the league and they had the roster that we currently have, minus Super, right? I thought they were a great team. I mean, they beat us. Mm-hmm. That was I think their very first win in Rainbow Six Pro League was when they beat us, and they were like amped. I remember seeing that, like the webcams were like Yeti and Grixer just going crazy. Little did I know that was that was just the tame version, right?
Yeah.
So even last fall, I was always impressed by Grixer. I thought he was really good. He was like a rookie, and he could frag, and he was like really good. But
I think you've got 4 if you look at the boards, the leaderboards of the players, every single one of them is doing their job great. So hopefully, they can carry that on. They use, when I spoke to them, I said, use the disappointment you may feel by not winning it when you could have, to learn from that experience. Because like I said, that was some of their first LAN experiences. Yeah. Best of ones is a huge difference.
Well, yeah, that's a good point, is how different would the standings have been if it had been what it was like last year, where it was best of 3s.
I think you would have seen, if you look at it, it's kind of weird, because it was 17 points that won it, I think. Alex, you had 17. Yeah. We had 15, I think, or 14.
I forget.
I think it was 15 or 14. And
I think we had at least had 15.
And then it was it was 15 points, yeah. And then it was I know third place was Mirage on like 13, I think they had. And then it was like 4th, 5th, 6th was DarkZero, SSG, and TSM, all on 12.
Yeah.
I think, obviously, I'm not going to say it and say like those 3 teams who were the top teams are not the top teams. I think they absolutely, are. I think Oxygen bringing in Yoga and Kaino would definitely, is great. I love it when people bring in new talent and it really works. I mean, Yoga was one of the players we were looking at originally as well. Really? Yeah. And I'm super happy that that's worked out. I love the guys at Oxygen as well. So, I'm really happy for them. But I think if it was best of 3, I probably think I would have if I was a betting man, I would have put DarkZero to win. I think they have. Yeah. I mean, originally I'd probably give it to SSG. But, obviously without Canadian, I mean, I speak to Unit quite a bit, and, I think some of the hate Luke was getting. It's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
This kid's
what do you expect?
Thrown in at the deep end. And I think that, to get 12 points, to match DarkZero, I think they've got to see that as a success.
Absolutely.
And I think it was our friend Crazy from Old Tempo Storm that tweeted out that, you can see, he said that he thought the Tempo Storm roster was good, but it was missing a good 5th. And you can see how not having 5 solid players can affect a team like SSG. Yeah. Let's be honest. I mean, I can imagine most people would have thought, all right, well, it's not Canadians not there. Luke's just going to call the shots and the other 4 are going to frag out. But it's not,
it's not as easy as that.
It's not as easy as that. Yeah. So, I mean, when I seen Units tweet, and I was like, I hope no, like I can't see how anybody can look at this and think, oh, SSG are trash now. Like literally playing with somebody with zero comp experience. He's a ranked player. Ranked, as we know, ranked and comp are two
don't go together.
Hugely different things. You know, the amount of like ranked warriors we've tried out and seen, and then they go into comp and they're just like, So yeah, I mean, I expect, you know, obviously the news Canadians back for SI, I think is. I'm really happy because I think SSG deserve. I want to see a full strength SSG SI, and I'm not sure if they'll be full strength because Canadian hasn't been playing. True. But I'm super happy for the guys there because I think that, you know, they need to be given time to find their replacement. And that really, actually, talking about replacements, didn't something happen in Rainbow Six recently? I seen Super tweeted out about it that. So SSG weren't allowed to make a change, but a player who got banned, they were allowed to make a change. Oh. I can't remember. Something happened. Maybe it was LATAM. A player got banned, and they were allowed to make a change and bring in somebody else. But
despite
but Canadian retired.
Gracefully retired.
Yeah. I just thought that was an interesting take. I personally, I mean, I agree with Ubisoft. Like, well, after the roster lock is done, the roster lock is done.
I mean, what happens? I mean, maybe I don't know what you're talking about with the banned player, but what if you only have 5 players, one gets banned, you now have 4 players for the rest of the season? You can't make a change.
Well, technically, you're supposed to play your coach.
Oh, okay. What if you don't have a coach? Do you have to have a coach?
I mean, but that you got to position yourself that you have somebody who can play.
I mean,
if you look at us, technically, if someone got banned, we could put Lauren in.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Or Joe.
Or well, yeah. I mean, Joe's a lot better than I am. But but we could use somebody with competitive experience like Goddess, right? So you know, allowing them to make a change mid-season, you know, I don't know. I feel like if the player got banned and the organization has no idea about it, you know, I lean more to the side the leniency of, hey, they had no idea. It's not their fault if they don't have a sub. Because I don't know what the rules are in their region. I mean,
it might be different.
It may be a little bit different. But yeah, I mean, Canadian retiring and then having to play with Luke. I'm surprised Lycan. I didn't Lycan used to play professionally.
I think so.
And they throw him.
I have no idea.
If you did, I have no idea. I'm not.
I don't know enough old history of CG sports.
But I'm super stoked. And, you know, part of me kind of worries now. It's because I'm interested to see, because those teams finished, you know, 4th, 5th, and 6th, how they're going to do at SI. Like, are they going to go there and get rolled?
Right.
Because TSM did not have it. Like, they looked like...
TSM just looked average, to be honest.
But which is weird, because they're normally like the most exciting team to watch. And obviously DarkZero, I mean, you got to talk about Dark.
You love talking about DarkZero.
I love talking about DarkZero.
Dude, they live rent-free in your head. Absolutely.
I just love the banter that we have. But yeah, I mean, if you're DarkZero, you've got to be, I just put myself in their shoes. If I'd made the decision to move Hotton on, and bought in NGR, which NGR's obviously had a fantastic split, and he's obviously a great player. And then Hotton goes out and does what he does on Mirage, and then at the end of the season, in his interview after they beat us, turn around and goes, "They never gave me the chance to show what I could do."
That feels awkward.
Oof.
That's tough.
Ouch. And you know, I guess that it's going to come down to, does Hotton do it again next season and prove that, wait, DarkZero, you could have just maybe moved some roles around. You've got this excellent fragging player that you've been sticking on hard, like support this whole time. I would like to think that if that was me, I'd be a little bit. I'd be like, damn.
That stings a little bit. Yeah.
But DarkZero have made. I mean, we make a lot of changes, but we normally do big sweeping changes.
Yeah, we change everything. When we make a change, we change everything.
But they've made a lot of changes since they've been in. So I think it'll work out for them. I think NJR will fit in eventually. I still think, you know, if you had to say which one of the American teams is going to do the best in SI, who's it going to be now?
So what are the teams going? Is SSG,
TSM, OXG,
OXG, TZ? I mean, originally I would have said TSM.
Really?
Now, I mean, I'm thinking SSG.
You think you're not going to give Oxygen the credit?
No.
Okay.
I'm saying SSG, OXG.
Oh.
Okay. DZ, TSM.
You're going to think TSM are going to do the worst?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I think TSM are going to do the best.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they should do the best.
I think they will.
On paper, they should do the best.
I think the TSM,
on paper, it should be TSM and SSG at the very top, like OXG and then DZ. Like,
I'd like to think that TSM have had their eyeballs on that, and they thought that these best of ones would just blow up these. I think a lot of teams thought that the Challenger League teams that come up, your Mirages, your XSets, your Beast Coasts, were just going to be whoosh, slap them to one side, and they'll be easy. And I think obviously Mirage had got really hot towards the end of the season. Beast Coast started off pretty hot by beating TSM in week 1. Mm-hmm. And I mean, XSET looks, the XSET beat DZ, right?
I mean, XSET's on the up and up. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'm interested to see how they do next split.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. I think they had a good. They looked good against the.
They looked good against us.
We could have closed that game out.
We could have won. I mean, what was the lead? It was like 5-2 or something.
So and ended up we won 8-7.
Yeah, that's tough. But.
Yeah, I think, but it's great. I think it's it seems very competitive, especially in those best of ones. I want to see. I think TSM SSG will probably do the best. I still think DarkZero need work. Maybe they need more time. Maybe I'm off on that. And I think OXG, I think their play style is going to definitely catch out some teams. But I think if it gets the best of threes, I think that's where they may start coming unstuck. Yeah. I think that would even happen with any of the newer rosters where it's everyone, even we are quite a chaotic team sometimes. I think I think best of threes rosters would struggle, but yeah, we will see. I'm excited for SI. I hope it. Sad that some of the Australian team, Wildcard, but we spoke about that. I didn't think they'd be able to go because of the exemption.
I mean, I'm surprised that. I mean, yeah, PGIS with PUBG, it was so hard getting those Australians out there. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised that it even happened, to be honest. But
it really comes down to how long they're allowed out of the country. If they're away for I think it's over 2 months, it's easier, because what they don't want is people going there like on a weekend trip and then bringing it back into the country. And you still have to quarantine when you enter. So yeah, I get it. I mean, SI is a shorter tournament compared to what we had at PGIS.
True, much shorter.
Yeah. I mean, I know I'm excited for SI. I think if you had to put who's going to win SI, who'd be it?
I need to see the list of teams.
So I think it was. So I think everyone's favorite was BDS.
I mean, BDS,
but they didn't win Europe.
That's true.
They joined. They finished second. I think it was Navi that won it, right?
Maybe
Navi. I don't know. We would know if we had the internet.
Well, when does SI start?
A couple of weeks.
I mean, maybe we'll have like a podcast come out like the week of SI, and then we can do like our power rankings.
Sure. Okay, we can do that. I would like. Like I said, I'm interested to see what Canadian's been doing in the last.
Me too. Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna just look like old SSG when he comes on, or if there's gonna be an adjustment period. But I mean, I assume that this announcement wasn't just like, by the seat of their pants, like last second. Yeah, I'll play. Like, I'm sure that he must be behind the scenes working with them.
I don't know.
To prepare for SI. Why wouldn't you?
That whole situation is just kind of crazy. Just retiring after the roster lot.
But does he stay on after SI?
I wouldn't think so.
Right.
I think the retirement is done. But then again, imagine they go and win SI. Maybe it'll reignite that fire,
That changes it. Yeah.
Unit's going to be like double handing the sledgehammers are sending me pictures every day. Every time he sends the group chat a picture, it has a hammer in it.
Really?
Yeah, it's a strategically placed
hammer. Well, you have to start sending one with your new trophy.
Yeah, but they're not in PUBG anymore. It's hard to flex on somebody when they're
not esports. Like, nobody cares when nobody's in PUBG right now.
And they pulled out of VALORANT too, so you can't even play them in that.
True.
And they beat us in Rocket League.
True. Speaking, that's a good transition. We have some Rocket League news coming up. I don't know if you heard, but there was some drama in the Rocket League community over the weekend.
Oh, are you talking about the disconnect with SSG?
Issue? Yeah, that was an SSG issue too.
Yeah, I did. Is that where Rettles got banned or suspended?
Well, he was just suspended for what happened after the event.
Mm-hmm.
But the actual event, from my understanding, was I have like their official ruling on my phone.
Wasn't it that they found out that it was is controller disconnected?
They thought that Initially, SSG players and coach reported that
disconnect.
Cybical experienced a server disconnect caused by player connectivity issues and higher ping. After further review of player game logs, match data, blah, 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 we determined that he experienced a controller disconnect followed immediately by a player-initiated minimization of the game client.
How do they know this?
Are you still following?
I'm with you.
We keep going. Cybical entered a controller input, full throttle acceleration right before the game went into overtime and before his controller disconnected, which carried over to the start of the overtime, making it appear as if he was experiencing high ping, not a controller disconnect. Based on the belief that Cybical was experiencing high ping, a call was made that the play should stand as is, resulting in TMV scoring. So basically, Soniqs and Soniqs thought that it was just high ping. And SSG was saying, no, it's a controller disconnect. But at the time...
Well, I thought it was the other way around. Wasn't it that SSG said it was a disconnect?
No, because based on the belief that Cybical was experiencing high ping, a call was made that the play should stand as is.
Right.
So they initially they thought that it was just high ping, which with the ruling says play on if you have high ping.
Right.
But it was actually a controller disconnect in which the rules say, from my understanding, you restart.
But it was resolved, right?
It was resolved. Yeah. So the way that they fixed it was, good for them. Like immediately, like the day after Soniqs came out, it was like, yeah, that was the wrong call on our end. Here's how we're going to fix it. And they basically just, they gave, I don't have the details here, but they basically gave
the
SSG the points back.
It's like 70 extra points.
Yeah, 70 extra points, whatever it was for losing that game. So, yeah, they quickly realized the mistake, but what a weird circumstance.
Honestly, that's just one of the trifles about having to play online, you know?
True.
It really is. I think it's excellent Soniqs reacted as quickly as they did, and I think everybody should be happy with the result as it came out. It is... If it was a controller disconnect, I'd be like, plug your controller in.
Yeah, that is weird. Yeah. Do you play with a wired controller?
I would have thought you would have played with it plugged in if you were playing.
Yeah, if you're like competing
or at least charge it up
in a regional. Yeah, I wonder if it was just it just ran out of charge, or
imagine it ran out of battery. Surely that'd be the first thing you checked.
That's awkward.
But hey, I think there's an amicable solution there, and I know that Rettles is now banned for the.
Well, that's the news. Is so Rettles is banned for 1 day in the major, which means the return of Sathu.
The wagon.
Matthew makes his big return, baby.
Excellent. The ban, I think Rettles is like 16 or 17.
I think he's 18.
Oh, is he 18 now?
I
know he's young. Anyway, he's in that age group. Obviously, heated. Probably said some things on Discord that he didn't mean.
He was on Roll Diz's stream venting about it too.
Okay, there's a good learning experience for young professionals there. Yeah. If you rage against the machine slaps back. So, I get it. 100% get it. I've raged at tournament admins in the past plenty of times. But, I'm sure you'll learn from that and it'll be fine. It's only 1 day. They could have said
the whole major.
Yeah, so 1 day. Sathi's an experienced player. They'll be fine. I think they've got a really good team. SSG, annoyingly.
They've won a couple regionals so far already. I think one or two.
I just feel I sit here racking my brain at night, like how to break that conglomerate of teams at the top of Rocket League North America. It just seems like they're just unbeatable.
Like Rogue, G2.
I pick G2, NRG, Envy, SSG.
Yeah, we've beaten Envy and NRG, but
it just feels like they're always there.
And somehow they're always playing us. I have no idea. This goes back to the grid in the fall. We were playing these teams every week. I'm like, is there no other team? I'm looking at the bracket.
Envy or NRG? We just played.
We played Envy 3 weeks in a row.
Thanks, guys.
I'm like, that's just how the seating played out.
Just had a player retire.
What are the chances of that?
We're looking to build some confidence.
Crazy, yeah. We had, I'm looking at the bracket of 30 teteams or whatever, and yet we play the same 4 top teams every single week. I'm like,
stuff. Rocket League's getting exciting though, man. I don't know. I'm just it's fleshing out so much. It's you've got if you start looking now across the whole of North America, it's every org is just filling up with orgs all over the place. It's so exciting. And then we just had obviously the big news: KCP selling their roster
That's huge. Yeah.
I think they sold it. I guess they sold it.
We don't know. I mean, it went to
Shopify Rebellion.
Who is that?
I have no
It's
idea.
like who?
I have no idea. But how crazy is that? And then you had NRG today announced that they're now called the General NRG.
General NRG. I didn't even see
Car
that
insurance.
announcement.
Mate, that's crazy. Rocket League. You mark my Rocket League is going to be one of the biggest esports on the planet within the next couple of years, if not the biggest.
If it's not already. You know what I mean?
Well, I know it's up there, but it's not. I don't think it's.
It's not like a League of Legends type.
But I think it's going to be absolutely, and I'm so excited. I just love Rocket. We got a lot of plans this year with Rocket League that I look forward to telling everyone about. And I just think it's so. I can't watch it though. I think I'm a jinx to our team.
Dude, you actually are. Whenever I see you in Twitch chat, we just start losing. So
like 3-1 up, and then we just like get reverse swept. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll go watch it. I get even got people telling me to get out the chat now. I'm just like, guys, I just want to watch my team play. But yeah, no, like I said, so exciting. I think FaZe coming in is huge into North America. But when you look at it now, if you're an org wanting to enter Rainbow Six, Rocket League, where'd you go? Like,
yeah, what team do you even pick up?
You're gonna have to like build up from the ground up.
You're gonna have to go find them. Yeah,
it's crazy. I just love it. I think it's so exciting. I think once COVID, the lockdown procedures can go away and we can start having big Rocket League events, I think it's gonna be nuts.
Crazy. Yeah.
I think it's gonna be insane.
I mean, they were pretty crazy before COVID. Yeah, I remember watching when NRG won on LAN. Well, I just saw today. I think Liquipedia Rocket League tweeted out. Today has been 500 days since NRG won as of the time of this recording. And it's still the longest running, champion in Rocket League. Because it's been 500 days. So
I'm just like, I just look back to when we first joined Rocket League and when we were the RLCS and the production quality that they had there.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, man, I'm so excited to see where Rocket League goes. So DarkZero are coming out with an announcement today. I just checked. It's not out yet.
But you know what it is.
I can guess. If we believe the Reddit rumors are true.
Well, then let's leak it, baby.
They are no longer going to be DarkZero Esports. And they're going to be DarkZero Esports. If you look at VALORANT Reddit, it seems that DarkZero are picking up the Kooky Koalas, who we beat yesterday, so it's nice to be able to...
We've faced them twice now, and we've beat them 2-0 both times.
Zach's doing us a favor, picking up a roster that we can beat.
There's finally a team we can beat. So thank you, DarkZero. That's
nice though. DarkZero entering VALORANT. I think it's cool that
it's about time.
I know. Yeah, it's we've been whipping that Rainbow Six horse for some time now. You know what I mean? Maybe now that
that the team isn't doing quite as hot, like okay, we need some more teams.
Okay, that's toxic and not true. Yeah, maybe
you don't know that.
Maybe those guys will be able to fill out a work day now. You know what I mean?
True.
Get up, tweet about your team, go back to bed.
Tweet about your gun skin, go to bed. Easy life. No,
it gets difficult when you get more than one team. It's a lot to juggle.
True.
You've got multiple schedules to watch now, not just when do Rainbow Six play.
Oh, June. Okay.
Right, everybody.
See you in June. See you June 1st.
You got those skin code tweets loaded up on the tweet deck. Okay.
Good. You're good. See you. Good work. See you next month. Good stage.
Yeah.
No, I think it's good because we need more teams in these that we face. Because right now, like, unless you're in the VCT, you're not playing teams. You're playing like these pickup teams, like the Kooky Koalas were just like, I don't know their origins, but they weren't represented by an org. They're just unrepresented players.
I feel like if you look at the rankings, like the top 20, 30 teams are mainly signed.
Right. But we don't face those teams every day because we're not in the VCT. Right. Right. But I'm saying that DarkZero will be playing in more of tournaments that we're playing in. Yeah. Right. Outside of VCT. Because TSM won't play in VCT.
I'm going to go and kill the VALORANT boys because they know we're recording today. And like they've chosen now to go in and out of the door.
True.
There's no internet here. There's no reason for them to be.
Why are you here right now?
We might not have a VALORANT team come the end of the day. So
there you go.
Just bear with me. I'll load up the boat and send them back to Australia. One thing I'm really excited about is that, for me, it's going to be from like my perspective, I think koalas, if it is the kooky koalas, obviously you guys will probably end up cutting this out if this.
Watch it just be like a hoodie announcement, like, hey, new T-shirt coming.
Yeah, NJR gets his own hoodie.
So you guys will never actually.
You'll never even see this. If you did, but I'm Reddit's.
Reddit's been pretty accurate. I mean,
traction.
Dude, when it comes to something as big as picking up a team, like I don't know how you go about that without it being leaked. I think it's literally impossible. I mean, we've done this. We've been through this multiple times with Rainbow Six, with Rocket League, with Valorant. We're like, how do we approach this signing without it leaking?
We're terrible.
And we're like, we have to literally buy Reddit and then just shut down Reddit for like 6 months leading up to the announcement. And then it won't be leaked. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't even know how it gets leaked like that. But
because players talk to each other.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if
it is the kooky koalas, I mean, I assume they'd be moving out to Vegas. That's what I'm excited about. Yeah. I want to see if there's like because obviously DarkZero have always supported their players very, very well. You know, what they do out there with the Rainbow Six team is second to none. Mm-hmm. I'm excited to see if they can take like a 28th place team and make them contenders with infrastructure. That's what I'm excited to see.
Yeah, I mean, DarkZero is the org that like markets themselves around being like the best, right? So, and Rainbow Six.
And Rainbow Six.
Yeah. I mean, they've never been the best.
I can see the quality. I know. Look, you just want to go to war here.
No, but I'm just saying that when you bring on the Kooky Koalas, right, a team that's in the top 20, but not like top 10,
top 30,
top 30.
Yeah.
So how do you
if it's a work in progress. I mean, then again,
that's the whole Valorant scene.
Ours is a work in progress. You know what?
I mean, heck, TSM is a work in progress.
They're making roster changes. I just want, I'm looking forward to we went on an 11 game win streak. I think the game versus Saw was great.
That was a tough win for us.
And then obviously Renegades, and it's just like us versus Renegades. We're like the biggest. That's got to be a rivalry for the ages now. I think we've played each other 5 or 6 times. I think it's 5 times now.
We've only beat them once. The odds are not in our favor. I mean, we've looked slightly better.
We beat them.
We beat them pretty handedly, I think.
It was triple overtime, wasn't it?
It might have been. It's
not pretty handily.
I've seen so many Valorant games in the past month. I can't keep it all straight.
Yeah, I honestly, like I said, I've been getting into Valorant.
We played last night.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
You are a Phoenix one-trick pony.
I just like the British operators because I can understand what they're saying. Nah, I mean, I just felt like super in Valorant last night, running around with a bomb, never getting to shoot my gun.
We need to put. That's the content piece I want to do is super in Valorant. I want to see how that
goes. I think we gun you off the map. You've seen his aim lab scores. He's up there.
Well, teams have done this in the past. So this is by no means reinventing the wheel, but I would love to do like a Rainbow Six Siege versus Valorant in Valorant, or like our Valorant team, and then vice versa.
The Valorant team wouldn't stand a chance. You've played Rainbow Six.
Well, yeah, that's the funny thing.
Grixer would be like making a bullet hole the side of a P and they're like headshotting people through it.
Across the map.
I tried to play Rainbow Six and it was a lot of fun until you start playing against people who know what they're doing, and then you're just like, I'm getting shot. I don't even know where people are.
I played a ton of Rainbow Six when it first came out in 2015, I think. And then
Were you old enough to play Rainbow Six in 2015?
I was in college in 2015.
Okay.
Yeah.
But just though.
Just, yeah. It was like that freshman year.
Okay.
And then this fall, I played a lot of Rainbow Six Siege.
I would love to play it, but
I'm just so bad at it. I mean, it isn't. You need so much map knowledge and operator. It's insane.
I played with Joe and Lauren once.
Really,
and Joe was running around fragging out, and I'm just like,
where do I go? I mean,
I did clutch out a game though as Mozzie.
I just never feel comfortable in that game. I can never get the movement down.
The weights.
Yeah.
every hole.
Pretty much.
Back to DarkZero. Excellent if they're expanding.
But yeah, we want to finally have a team we can beat them in. So
I would love them to come over to a few games that we compete in.
Yeah. PUBG, Rocket League. Let's go.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. I mean,
DarkZero Rocket League car would probably look pretty good.
Oh yeah,
they'd probably sell pretty well.
Yeah, wow.
A little.
Hey, it is what it is. If that is the announcement, I'm happy. I'm excited to see how they can improve a team that's obviously on the cusp of like a tier 2 team right now.
Yeah,
and see if they can really fire them up the leaderboards. I think that's going to be exciting. But you know, we will see.
Or it's just a new hoodie. Congratulations, guys. Good job.
If it's a new hoodie or a
Good
skin
job, guys.
If it's a new hoodie or a skin code, then
we're done.
I'm flaming.
I give up.
I've got my push notifications on.
With no internet.
With no internet.
Or cell service.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, good luck to them. I hope it is. And, you know, the meme will be dead of DarkZero Esport then, though.
True.
Which I don't think anybody but us uses.
Yeah, I don't think I've officially used that yet.
Have you not?
I haven't.
That surprises me.
Yeah. Well, I would love to, but Rainbow, when I was like thinking of using that, season's already over. So
I'm surprised you didn't do anything about them finishing 6th. I was expecting some sort of toxicity.
Well, I was kind of toxic when they lost to Exit, but
okay.
You think I'm too toxic?
Yeah, I do. Sometimes I load up the Twitter feed.
But dude, look at the other teams, man. Like we're just, you know.
Okay, you. Oh wait, that reminds me of a post yesterday. Oh, on this video, this is just complete tangent. But I was on the Reddit yesterday.
Which one?
It was Rainbow Six, and it was like Disrupt getting flamed on just for no reason about someone was like their Twitter account is ran by like a 40-year-old man who wears skinny jeans and thinks it's cool.
Tough.
Gold Rush.
Gold
Do you
Rush.
remember that?
That was a fun
tweet
phase.
format.
Well, yeah. I mean, I made that tweet. I got roasted, man. They're like, we're gonna sue you guys. I'm like, chill. Listen.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, that's a lie. They did not say they're gonna sue.
Good times. That was a good tweet.
That was that.
When I tweeted, I was like, okay, here we go, baby. Time to lock in.
I like the Disrupt guys, but I just like it because Mark Cashflow is like, it's not me who's tweeting. Everyone's like, it's probably Mark Boomerville. I was like, yeah, Mark loaded up on his Nokia phone. His Nokia and tweeting out.
Isn't it Nokia?
Not where I'm from. Nokia.
Okay. Well, yikes.
Only one of us here speaks English. The other one copies it. Remember that.
Or is it the other way around? I mean, you guys spell like color weird.
It's in the name. England, English.
Yeah, but there's different versions of English.
Is there? Go ahead.
There's the UK version where you put like a U in color for some unknown reason.
That's how it's spelled.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the American version.
Yeah, which is the wrong version. You can't just make up a version and be like, oh, this is it. No.
Okay, well, technically, English is like from Latin.
Aluminum.
Actually,
vitamin. It's so stupid. It's aluminium and vitamin. What's wrong with you people? Vitamin.
Hold up. Okay, what about caramel?
Caramel.
All right, we gotta change the topic.
It's got an A in there, dude. It's
caramel.
How'd you spell?
It's not care. It's car.
How'd you spell caramel?
How do you? I don't know how to spell. C caramel.
Right. What?
Dude,
what?
Caramel?
Caramel.
I have no idea how to spell it.
You don't know how to spell caramel or caramel?
C-A-R car.
A-M-E-L.
Okay.
Caramel.
Caramel. Because like car, C-A-R.
Yeah.
Car.
Amel.
The A is silent.
Oh, the A is silent. Just one of the A is silent. Do Americans spell it with a second A? Madison, you're American.
Don't ask me. Well, this is actually perfect. This was how I wanted to end the podcast on this note. So this spelling, this is actually perfect, and you'll see why. Yesterday, it was all over Twitter. Everybody in esports got all upset about this, and this makes for good podcast content.
All right.
It is the let me look it up on my phone with no internet. It's the Esports Certificate Institution that was announced yesterday as like a new startup.
Yeah.
And I don't fully understand it because it kind of made my brain hurt when I looked into it. But essentially, it's a way to be certified in esports. So when you apply to esports jobs, you're like, oh, you have the ECI certification. You're hired, kind of a thing.
Right.
And it's backed by a lot of notable people. I don't know who they are because we don't have internet. But like former
maybe post Madison can pop up the logos.
There's a couple. There's people that you would recognize. Like various people, mostly in the business and management side of esports, in like the Evil Genius CEO, I forget her name. She's on there. A couple of the people who were with that team that Dignitas took in LCS. What were they? They were part of Rockets.
Oh, Houston Rockets.
What was their esports team name? I don't know. Anyway, it's just people like that. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, that's what it is, and it's being sold for $400.
Okay.
And
How long does it take to do?
It's okay. So let me just go over a little bit. This is what their initial tweet was. We're excited to announce the launch of the Esports Certificate Institution, a public benefit corporation created to foster professionalism, promote meritocracy. I don't even know what that means.
You can't spell caramel.
And increase diversity and inclusion in esports. ECI was created to give another path into esports for industry hopefuls. I mean, tons of people outlash against this. Like, this is just another way to gatekeep esports. You're putting a price tag on entry into the esports. Why do I need a certification to be recognized in esports? Like, so from your perspective as the general manager, as the hiring person for the Soniqs, if you see somebody who doesn't have an ECI, if you have two resumes in front of you and one has the ECI certificate and the other one doesn't,
right?
Who are you going with here?
Well, at the end of the, you know me, I'm not a big degree, or I'm an experienced type. I like people with experience, or at least like, try to make themselves stand out. When we post a job, when I post a job, like when you applied for the job, I had 300 people apply for that job. It's got to be, you've got to stand out.
Maybe I stood out.
Well, apparently you can't spell.
I didn't stand out because that's why I stood out, is how bad my spelling was.
There you go. I get why people are rallying against it, but I also see, I haven't really looked into it too much, but if it is really like a course or a certificate that can help people apply to get their foot in the door, as in teach them the necessary skills to stand out and really become and get to that interview phase. Because look, as well as I do, how many emails we get a week or messages we get a week from people asking for esports jobs, and they're just atrocious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just atrocious. Like, these kids are obviously, there's kids out there, or young people, or even older people that want jobs in esports, and like the way they go about it is just I don't even get past the first few words, and I've already threw it away.
Yeah.
So if it's something along the lines of, hey, we can give you a certificate that says, hey, I've gone through and learn X, Y, Z, and now I know how to put a resume and a cover letter together and really look as a professional and stand out, I don't see it being a bad thing. Do I see it being a gatekeeping thing? Like, would I ever go, if you applied for the job and you didn't have that? No. If you as long as what you'd done, was done properly, then I'm going to give it a look. Yeah. So I get why people jump on the bandwagon saying they think it.
I mean, according to this article, it's a 3-part exam that once completed will earn you their esports certificate. And for fun, we're going to go through some of the practice exam questions, because they have a practice exam. These are real questions from the practice exam that I pulled off of Twitter.
Okay, and I've got to answer them?
What?
I've got to answer them?
Yeah, so we're going to run through these and see how they stack up to your expectations, and if you can answer them. Again, let's keep in mind here, you are the general manager of the Soniqs, the GM. So this should be pretty easy for you.
That raise is not coming.
This should be pretty easy for you. So we're going to start with this one. Okay. These are all word problems.
What?
Your listen carefully. If you need you might need to write this down here. Okay. This is question 19 on the practice exam.
Okay.
Your marketing team is experimenting with creating a soft drink. The ratio by volume of flavoring to sugar to water in the drink is 1 to 5 to 25.
Wait, 1
to 5 to 25. And that's the ratio of sugar to water, of flavoring, sugar, and water.
Okay.
By volume. The soft drink will be altered so that the ratio of flavoring to sugar is halved, while the ratio of sugar to water is doubled. If the final drink contains 4 ounces of sugar, how many ounces of water will it contain? It's a multiple choice answer, so I can give you those if you want.
Can I see the question? What the hell is this for real?
That's right off the practice exam. Yes.
I mean, this is like, I feel like I'm back in school.
Well, there's more. I mean, if you give up on that one.
Okay, there's 4 ounces of sugar. How many ounces of water? Why is that needed? I
mean, this is important to esports.
The soft drink will be altered so that the ratio of flavoring to sugar is half. I mean, I could probably sit down and work this out.
Should we skip that?
Why?
We'll skip. I have a couple others.
Can we do ones that I haven't been in school since like 1980.
All right, we'll move on to a little easier one.
Math.
the Valorant. This one's kind of wordy. This has a lot of numbers in it.
Drink.
Okay, a Valorant player reports the following kills from their matches.
Okay.
10, 10, 11, 12,
Okay.
13, 14, 21, 22, 25, 26.
How many people are in this game?
29, 35, 37, and 38. That must have been me when I was playing. Now, what is the value of the third quartile of the data set? Is it 21 and a half, 26, 29, or 35?
Can I see the question again? I started writing it down. I thought there was only going to be a few.
That's what I mean. There's like 8 numbers.
I was like, I got lost after 21. 10, 10, 10. Okay, so what is the third quartile? I have no idea. I'd say 26.
All right, we're going to lock it in. 26.
20. That's just
you heard it here first.
26.
All right, we got 2 more here. Let's see if these. I think these might get easier.
Am I gonna have to fire myself after this?
You might. A player is practicing their accuracy and has a set target of 80% average accuracy in 6 games.
This is just math. What?
In their first 5 games, he averaged 78% accuracy. What must the player's accuracy be in the last game to achieve their goal of 80% accuracy across the 6 games?
Now, let me see the question again. You just read now. You just let me read the question. 90%.
Good answer. You have to buy the answer sheet, but
yeah.
Okay. Last question.
This could be completely wrong.
40% of employees on an esports company have passed the ECI exam. Congratulations, you guys have passed. You're now officially an esports worker. Among the employees who have not passed the exam, such as yourself, 32 have black hair and 16 do not. How many employees does the esports company have?
Right. Okay. Well, we're just going to go on this on a whip. So I had no idea what this was before this. And I don't get why you're asking people math questions.
Well, maybe this was just off the math section of the exam, but
I don't even have that much hair. So how am I supposed to figure out how much the employees? No, I get it. You're trying to find out, but let's be honest. We work in this industry. This industry is about being forward thinking and good on your feet, right?
Yeah.
It's being able to see what's going on in front of you and make it work.
Not knowing the sugar to water ratio in a soft drink.
I guess I guess what they're trying to say there, if you're good at problem solving, but that's the math, that stuff's not ever going to come up.
Yeah. I mean,
I pay people to do that. That's the point, right?
We hire somebody out.
That's what you do.
To do the math.
The art of leadership is delegation.
We need Joe Bro to go through this,
yes,
man.
Where's Joe?
He's the guy who has the math background.
Joe be like, yeah, this is fine.
Yeah, this is easy.
But yeah, I mean, if that seems weird to me. I mean, I know we do over in the university. Charles Palmer does the esports management course, and but that's about building people up to be to be ready to apply for jobs in esports. And teaching them management skills, which is way more important than knowing how much percentage of people have hair. I mean, I get it, but
which is 50% at this.
I hire people. I get people apply all the time. It's about finding people who are free thinking and motivated. The hardest thing in esports, I think, is you've got to be very, very self motivated. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people in this world who are very good workers if you give them
stuff to do.
But if they don't have stuff to do, they will gladly just
wait until you give them something.
And it's not like they'll be like, what do I have to do? What do I like? It's like, but in esports, it's about finding people who can see what's in front of them and go like, right, I'm going to come up with this idea. It might not work, or I'm going to fill this gap, that gap, mm-hmm. And really being a valuable asset. I mean, if that's the type of questions, I mean, it's not going to be something that interests me. I want people that can problem solve. I guess that is problem solving.
Oh yeah, but
but real life problems instead of mathematics. Right. I was actually very good at maths in school.
Were you?
And you guys call it math, don't you? You don't call it maths.
Maths?
Yeah, it's maths, mathematics.
Maths. I guess it is plural if you're doing multiple math. Yeah. It's maths.
Maths, yeah, I suppose probably.
There you go. No, I totally agree with you. Maybe
you just picked the hardest ones, didn't you?
There was another one on Twitter. I think it was more of a meme. This was a tweet from Ashes from UYU. A team has 3 players with a mean salary of $180,000. The team then signs a 4th player, and the mean salary of the player is now $200,000. What is the salary of the 4th player?
Well, see, okay. Again, that's a cool question, and but you're working within budgets. Like, you know what you like. For me, I know what the budgets are. I set the budgets. Mm-hmm. I know how to work within a budget. Do I need to know the mean average salary of it? I probably do that just naturally anyway because it fits within a budget. Is somebody with an ECI with that certificate going to be coming in and working on budget straight away? I wouldn't have thought so.
Yeah.
I like it, but I as I said, I think that there's a lot of talented people out there in esports who just don't know how to get their foot in the door because they don't know how to do a resume, do a CV.
I think
And if you're working in a creative position and a very forward-thinking position, giving me a boring CV, a resume or CV is stand out is the number one thing here. Do something that stands out. I remember a couple of years back, wasn't there that guy who made a video wanting to join 100 Thieves and it got a lot of traction. It was hilarious.
Yeah, the internship. I remember.
And then he got the job. He stood out. He might not be able to tell you whatever. I can't even remember what those questions were. But yeah, I mean, this isn't a job. This is it's almost like a techie startup job. It's kind of all over the place.
Very free flowing.
Yeah. So
no, I think you're right. I mean, I feel like this could be turned into something that could be a benefit. They have the board of people that are supporting this ECI certificate program. They're all smart professionals in the esports industry. A lot of them have a lot of great experience, whatever. Use that board as a way to have classes on how to build a resume or something like that, instead of just charging a $400 fee to get a paper certificate. I mean, I feel like there's a lot more that you could do with a talent that's.
But I guess it's what are you gonna is this certificate targeted at specific job roles of the company? Because a social media manager,
doesn't equate. Yeah, I mean, they said one of the people who were on the board or whatever clarified. One of the founding members, Ryan Friedman, also clarified that the certificate is aimed at those who want to enter the traditional business side of esports, not talent positions, such as casting and journalism. So.
Yeah, well then, I see it. I mean, it's showing that you. But then again, if you are entering those style of jobs, wouldn't you have a
degree in business or
that would show that you've been doing all of this?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you couldn't afford to go to college, it shows that you have
the skills to do that.
But if I'm hiring, if you're hiring someone to come in someone to come in and run the books and stuff, you're probably going to want someone who's got a lot of experience,
right? Who's done this for years, right? He's fired. Well, should we wrap since the lights were just turned on?
So anyone out there who wants opportunities as a VALORANT player,
we're looking for 5 new spots.
Shish kebab.
So when you apply to future Soniqs jobs, first of all, spell the name properly. There's a Q, not a C.
Spell the name of the organization right. Spell my name right.
Yeah.
The amount of people I get that email me. My email is darren@soniqs.gg. Both of them are spelt
for you in the email.
In the email. And the amount of people that email me spelling one of those two things wrong is too damn high. So
I would say this too, as somebody who has gone through the pain of being a college student, trying to find a way to break into esports full time, succeeding thanks to you bringing me on, taking a chance on me 2 years ago, my DMs are open on Twitter. I'm by no means an expert. I'm not ECI certified, but
Stop
I feel
on this course. It might help people.
I never said it's terrible. I just said, it could be better. But shoot me a DM. I might be able to give you some advice. I'm by no means an expert, but I would be more than willing to look over a resume and tell you if you spelled Soniqs right or not. So,
well, not just that. Just like I said, I think a big problem out there is a lot of people go out there, blanket it. And they'll email 10 orgs, 20 orgs at the same time. It's very obvious when you do that.
Right. Custom tailor your cover letters, your resumes, everything. So
it's back to the blanket email thing. It's very obvious if you're sending a blanket email or DM that, you're sending to multiple teams. If you want a job at a team, Find the teams that you want to work for and apply for a job and put effort into it. The more effort, like, the whole idea of applying for a job is to get to the interview phase.
Yeah,
if you're not if you're blanketing out things there and you're not getting any bites,
something has to change.
You know, I get some emails there. It's a message and it's all, and then the team name is always in full block capitals. It's like, come on, bro, like. Put a little bit of effort in. The other thing, and this is for the younger people out there, please stop. I mean, everyone fluffs up their resume a bit, but stop telling me you've been the CEO of
CMO, CFO.
Like, you have not been, right? You have not. You know, the amount of people that I've pulled into like an interview and been like, okay, so you're CEO of Hydra, whatever. Okay, what were you doing? And they have no idea what a CEO does. Don't, like, that's not going, like, oh yeah, I was a CEO, CFO, whatever, GM, I don't know. Oh, I'm applying for your intern position. Like,
if you're a CEO,
yeah, that's
why are you trying to be a graphics designer for us as
correct.
an intern?
And I get, but this is it. This is why I think something like that should be tailored towards these people who are very obviously passionate about the space, but don't know how to put that on paper.
And I would say that they're like, if you are looking for good resources on strengthening yourself in esports that are free, as a college student, I wish I had these resources 5 years ago or 4 years ago when I was in the middle of college. Because I don't think they even existed then, but I would have killed if they were. Like, right now, there's something called like TSM University, and all it is like a Discord server full of college students who want to work in esports that is proctored by TSM, and TSM puts on. I'm not involved with the Discord server. I see it advertised on Twitter occasionally, but that's a great resource. And then Evil Geniuses is something very similar. They do. I see this on Twitter. They do like monthly resume like reviews in Discord with college students. Like, that's
I would
awesome.
be down to do something like that if you want me to. But I mean, obviously, I can't do everybody's. I've spoke to some people and helped them along the path. But yeah, if you want to do something like that, because obviously, like I said, I get loads of emails and loads of resumes, and I'll be honest, most of them get. You know, when you've got like 300 to look through, most of them are getting I'm picking that piece of paper up, I'm scanning it once. If something stands out, it goes on I'll come back and read it later. If it's just bland, boring, or whatever, it's gone. And it's never coming back, right? It's not. So yeah, I mean, really, it's almost like the age-old argument. It's like, why didn't they teach you how to do taxes in school, right? You know, you're learning about this stuff in school, but you leave school and then you can't do your taxes and you end up in federal prison, right?
Whoa, that took a turn. That reminds me, I need to mail my taxes. Yeah. Thank you.
You know, do you know how much tax I need to pay? Yes. Can you tell me? No. You need to figure that out yourself.
Yeah, because
what happens if I get it wrong?
I hate that so much about American taxes. They know how much I owe them. Just tell me so I can pay you, and not make me figure it out and go to all the trouble of doing it. So.
What's going on up there, Madison?
Things are happening.
Yeah, we need a new space.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, like I said, I would be happy to do that. I think I just glanced at that, and obviously the mathematics side, if that's what you're going for, great. But then again, I feel like if you'd already have experience or knowledge in that, or there's going to be people who are applying for that job.
I think Tig is moving furniture upstairs.
Of course. So, yeah, in closing...
spell Soniqs correct.
Spell Soniqs correctly for a start. Spell my name correctly, please. And like I said, put effort into it. You know, it is about. I know within the first couple of seconds of looking at something whether you've put effort into it or not. And the last thing I'm going to say is, do not message me on Twitter or Discord and say hi.
Yeah. What do you want me to do with that?
I'm not going to respond hi back. I'm never going to do that. Right. You've got one. If you want something, shoot your shot. If I'm interested, I'm gonna get back to you.
Give me your pitch.
Yeah. Don't start off with if you start off with a high, again, you're already on the no pile.
Yeah.
Or hey, I've got a sponsorship opportunity for you. Or hey, I've got a partnership opportunity for you.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. Show me. Give me all the information. It's right there, excellently done, because you care about it and you want it to be good. And if I like it, I'm going to speak to you. Everything else, you know, what you'll end up, I think this is, you know, I'm rambling a bit here, is what happens is a lot of these younger people end up working for esports orgs that are really just Twitter handles with no, you know, there's a big difference between, you know, I'm the CFO or whatever of an org that doesn't make any money or doesn't have any money, and it's literally everyone's free and they just work and they run a Twitter account and a Discord. That's like entry level child's play stuff that, you know, is not going to, you can't use that as a, like, oh, well, I've done this, so I'm you know, I'm now, you know, qualified to run a multi-million-dollar budget, you know, because it's not going to work. So, you know, I feel like that's the thing, is that these people bounce around. The amount of resumes I see where they work like a month at this esport org and a month there and a month here and a month there. Like, take your time. There's definitely job sites out there. I think Hitmarker Jobs is one.
Hitmarker, that's where I found this position and everything that I've ever applied for in esports.
So go in there and like I said, cherry pick the jobs that you want, that really interest you, and put the time and effort into it. I think, Luke, come on, I like the TSM. I'm more than happy to do if you guys, you know, want to send me resumes, if we want to do it as a content piece where we could record it and we could go over what was good and what was bad. We could even bring the people in and speak to them on Discord. I think that would be helpful for people. I think that could do really. We could even bring in someone like Charles.
It's true. I mean,
who's a professor at the university.
He's the guy. I mean, he's the guy who trains people in this kind of thing.
So yeah, we could definitely do that. So yeah, just don't. I feel like it's like everyone's like wants the information, like they apply for a job and then they want to know now. It's like an instant gratification. Right. It needs to be like, take your time.
Yeah. I mean, I've had job offers get back to me like 2 months after I've applied, and I've just given up. Wasn't it? I mean, well, I had to pester. I pestered you, and then I gave up. And then 3 months later, you're like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, you can work for us.
You were still in college? I'm not gonna.
I was like, listen, I'm graduating in 3 weeks. I'm trying to get a job lined up. I'm like about to graduate and
You've
go
been
be
here for 2
homeless.
years. You're not going to be homeless.
No, I was going to go live in my parents' basement. So.
There you go. Well, look, you're here now. So yeah, well, he knows. So yeah, well, thank you all. I guess that wraps us up for episode 2 of the podcast with no name, because Luke couldn't load up the names.
Well, you couldn't provide me internet today, so.
I guess that kind of works. So yeah, we'll be back probably in 2 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks. We'll
SI maybe.
Oh yeah, we could do an SI. We could do an SI
really
power rankings. Yeah, we could get that done as its own individual content piece. But anyway, as always, guys, check out Som Sleep. These guys are awesome. You know, I highly recommend you try it out if you do struggle with the old snoozing, or if you wake up a lot during the night. If you find yourself not having a restful sleep, which is definitely me, then, you know, try it out, and it does work. Other than that, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Anything you would like to say in closing, Mr. Goodling?
I've said it all.
Like, I'm just very angry that you sprung these math with no warning. I was sitting here going, okay, we're going to have some cool esports questions.
They were cool.
No, they were not. I'm going to answer all of these and put my answers down so everyone knows how smart I am.
Good idea.
Buy the answer sheet. Run it through the paper. All right, bye, everybody.
See you later.
And you're going to do your salute?
No, I'm not going to do that.
That died after one episode.
Yeah, that can't ever happen again.